win. We have to change the DNA of the New York Knicks. I mean, why even waste our time with this? Grown men were crying.
I was crying.
I was crying last night in a strange way. I'm curious. I always want to come back here and celebrate. First take was good. Joe cracked the dawn.
BX is in the building. Fat Joe is here.
I knew this was your color. Family Ties.
I love that.
The album Family Ties is in store now.
Yes.
Well, in phones now. There's no more record stores.
And a lot of big collabs
that easy.
on that
But still,
with
your name rings bells within the vicinity.
We got, my brother Max. We got Eminem on there, Mary J. Blige.
Cardi.
We got Bryson Tiller, Cardi B, Anuel, Jeremiah, the hit big. I mean, it's Rich Paul produced one of the songs.
Okay.
From Clutch Sports, Rich Paul.
Yeah.
And Boy Wonder. I mean, this guy's making laws. He's making beats. Nah, it's incredible.
Joe, let me ask you this before we get to the Knicks, because I want to talk about the Fizdale firing.
Christ.
You said this is your last album. How come?
Yeah, it's just my daughter's like 13 years old. You know, little girl's very impressionable right now. I'm going to try to be that dad because I haven't been. So I'm going to try to be that dad, picking her up and taking her to school and try to, I'm trying the most I can.
Oh, for a second, I thought it was because you didn't want to hear
All right, the Knicks,
music.
we need Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about this year. The team is just not there. Nothing we can do. But what we need to do is what we've been needed to do was bring Mark Jackson to the Knicks. It's the bottom line.
Can he still play point guard?
Max. Let me ask you this
He
question.
can't play point guard. He's a hell of a coach. You don't think he's a good coach?
No,
he got robbed in the Warriors. Those was his chips.
No, he can bring guys along.
They did the same thing to Sam Van Gundy.
Stay focused with me because I got questions.
How they steal these?
Wait a minute. Why do you feel it should be Mark Jackson? I want to see if your reasoning vibes with mine. Why do you believe Mark Jackson should be the next head coach of the Knicks?
Because he's a winner. Because he's a winner. He don't know how to lose. And Mark Jackson sees the whole court. My stomach was eating my stomach. I went to 2 Knick games. And when I seen this year, when I seen that Randall,
my stomach was eating
my stomach was eating my stomach. That's high blood pressure. I couldn't take it no more. I'm that Randall was bringing the ball up the court. He don't even have a handle.
Stop right there. That's what Max, and Max, I'm glad he brought that up. Because
I argued with Clyde.
Stay with me, because I got something to tell you about this. I had to go off. I went at Steve Mills about this because I watched, and they won that particular game against Dallas one night. They lost another night I was watching them. I saw Marcus Morris bringing the ball up the court.
This is disrespectful.
I saw Julius Randle throwing it into the post, not getting it. Here's where I'm saying to you about this. This is why I believe Mark Jackson should be the coach. Because I believe that the situation with Dolan, who's won 40% of the games, Knicks have won 40% of the games, lowest winning percentage in the entire NBA over the last 19 years since he's been at the helm, 20 years rather. Here's my belief. Dolan is so bad, which you have alluded to on many occasions. Anybody that you bring in, Steve Mills and Scott Perry, is not enough. Nobody's going to listen to them and trust them because they think Dolan. The reason why Mark Jackson, and I always wanted Mark Jackson over Fizdale, is because Mark Jackson's got the New York roots, high school, college at St. John's, pros, rookie of the year.
Really
and now, when he speaks, New Yorkers are not only going to trust him, they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, which nobody else is going to do under the Dolan regime.
Yesterday. I got a secret phone call that I'm privileged to as a fan. And they brought 3 names at me. And I said, yo, you better stop.
Jason Kidd, they're bringing Jason Kidd.
I'm not saying nothing.
I'm telling you.
They brought 3 names. I said, listen, Mark Jackson's nothing. We don't want to hear nothing else.
All right, here's the problem. Mark Jackson, first of all, I don't wish that on him.
But he can't win.
The Knicks are dysfunctional. Secondly, I don't know that Mark Jackson gets a team over the top to a championship. He's never won a championship as a player or coach. But
he got robbed, and he got robbed.
Maybe their offense was dead last.
No. Let me tell you something. He got robbed at the Warriors. Those was his chips. And he got robbed.
Exactly,
those were his chips.
Joe, not exactly.
Those were his chips.
Because the offense.
Same thing happened at the Heat. I love the Heat. Stan Van Gundy should have won them
offense,
chips.
I disagree with that. Because
now
the offense,
you lost your mind.
I'm telling you the truth.
Hold on.
No, that's not.
They got him out of there. They got him. He made the team.
They weren't moving the ball in Golden State. But I'll say this with Mark Jackson's coach. But I'll say this. for Mark Jackson. He developed young guys, gave them confidence, got them playing together. That's all good. It's better than what the Knicks had.
Dennis Smith Jr. was so promising in Dallas.
Joe, here's the problem.
He looks like a deer in headlights in the Knicks.
If he was so promising, why they let him go?
Here's the problem.
He had to go.
Here's the problem. When Fizdale was fired, just watch this closely. Where were Mills and Perry? Where were they? Nowhere to be seen. No press conference, no nothing. Hiding. They took a hideout. You fire Fizdale. You let everyone know a week before that you're going to fire him. Then you fire him and you take a hideout. There's zero accountability at Madison Square Garden because a fish rots from the head down. Dolan affects that stuff. If you hire Mark Jackson to be coach of the Knicks, you are dooming Mark Jackson in a rotten culture.
This year,
so either.
I don't think so. Mark Jackson ain't going for that, man. He pulled the Bible out on them people real quick. Don't play with me.
Listen, you don't bring anybody in this year. You bring Mark Jackson in for next season, and
That's
you
right.
let him be the voice of the franchise, okay? Because if they betray him, the New York is going to turn against them. So they won't do that. Now, let me get to this point, and I get your point about Stan Van Gundy, but the fact of the matter is he had lost the Eastern Conference Finals the year before. They were fading, and then Pat Riley took over. It wasn't for Pat Riley. If Pat Riley didn't take over, that would be different. But
We
Pat
love
Riley
Pat
took
Riley.
over. That's right. Now, let me get to Jason Kidd. The reason why I bring Jason Kidd, because we haven't had an opportunity to bring this up.
Because Vogel's got
The
to
New
play
York
defense.
Knicks are no. I'm getting ready to appall you. I'm throwing you a softball with this one. Listen to this. I got news for you. The New York
Is
Knicks.
it the green?
Listen to me.
The lime green softball.
Let me tell you what's circulating in the NBA. Although the Knicks deny this, but I got to tell both of you. Jason Kidd is potentially a preferred candidate. Because Jason Kidd, who coached 1 year in Brooklyn before leaving for Milwaukee.
I'm not mad at Jason Kidd.
Neither am I. But he's known for developing guys. Their belief is that Giannis, when he was fired in Milwaukee, Giannis was ticked off and they wanted him to leave.
Oh, yeah,
so by getting him to New York, it potentially gives them a better shot at Giannis. I'm just telling y'all what they saying. I don't believe it. I'm just telling you. I waited to break that news. I waited. You notice I held that. I could have told you that. I could have told you that Friday. I waited till the day.
Can we just coach the Knicks?
I'm just telling you. I'm just trying to give it to y'all.
Do you want to coach the Knicks? Let's coach the Knicks.
Fat Joe, you want some entertainment? Give Max the camera right now.
I just want to say one thing to James Dolan about your plan or the plan. You think you're going to get Giannis because you get the coach. Dolan, nobody wants your money. Think about that for a second. You are such a bad owner. You cannot get and never have gotten a single bona fide superstar who was a free agent to come and take your money in New York City.
The closest to that is Amari Stoudemire.
Stoudemire, when you struck out, he had a bad knee. He had a bad knee.
That's right.
They couldn't insure the contract.
Right.
They struck out on LeBron, Wade, Bosh, everyone got Amari Stoudemire.
They all went to the same team in South Beach.
Okay, fine, but got Amari Stoudemire.
Right.
You know why they went to the same team and it wasn't the Knicks? Because instead of cutting Pat Riley in on a piece, they did it in South Beach, and now Miami's got Pat.
But you can't blame James Dolan for that, because that was his dad and Dave Checkett.
Yeah, but that wasn't James Dolan. That was the greatest.
Right.
That was the greatest steal ever, taking Pat Riley and taking the heart and soul and the culture of the New York Knicks down to Miami. That was the whole play.
Fat Joe, but remember, we could talk about Miami stealing him, but the fact is, Pat Riley was under the impression that he had a deal to run the Garden and to have that position. And they reneged on the offer, which is why he sent his resignation in by fax.
Well, it was the similar thing with Durant. They didn't want to give him the max contract. The similar thing with Durant.
So why are you still a Knicks fan when I understand why for years
it's becoming hard.
But what I'm saying is
it's becoming hard.
But what I'm saying is the Nets were in Jersey. I get
hard.
It. They're in Brooklyn now. The Nets give you an option.
Nah, listen, I'm loyal. I got pictures 8 years old with Knick jerseys.
But it's all one way. It's one-way loyalty. They got no loyalty to you.
Listen, you know what I've noticed, and it's funny on a sports show. You know what I've noticed is we buy into these teams, but the teams change all the time. My brother's a Dallas Cowboy fan. Back in the days, they were the greatest. They was the show on earth. Now you got to suffer to watch that. You lose 3 times in 1 week? I mean, like, yo, bro.
What I'm saying is you were a Knicks fan because you had no options. If you're in this generation,
I was a Knicks fan because I love Charles Oakley.
Me too.
Because I love Mason. Because I love John Starks. Because I love Pat Ewing.
I got this. Let me say
Rod Strickland.
Mark Jackson. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you real quick. The person I blame most at this point, and I'm a diehard Knick fan, but the person I blame most at this point is Spike Lee. His loyalty, no matter what, they got somebody that's going to support them and market them and talk about them and all of this other stuff. It's Spike Lee's fault.
It is kind of Spike's fault.
It is kind of Spike's fault. I'm serious about that. He needs to be calling them accountable. And you do too, by the way. I'm not letting you off the key.
No, I'm with him. I'm with him.
We got the Nets now. The Nets are right there.
You're
They got
staying with
ballers.
us. Family Ties is available now. Baker Mayfield may or may not be enjoying his time in Cleveland, but he definitely won't like being